Hi there, so we're back for 3 questions.
I'm Aleksandra Olenska, and I've worked as a creative director and stylist for luxury brands including Chanel, Celine and Vanessa Bruno, as well as magazines including Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. And I've been featured in international press including Forbes, Elle, The Sunday Times and The Independent. I now help directors and leaders in midlife and beyond to rebalance that work, busy lifestyle you've become accustomed to. Because you know life's too short to stay in that career-driven comfort zone. I help you to redesign and restyle your life, especially at midlife with life-changing transitions, such as the breakup of relationship, divorce, menopause, or turning 40 and beyond. From your home and your wardrobe to your mind and social life, I help you with your stylish next chapter to step into your best life, because I know you're ready to rock life again.
So who is my go-to designer? I have a few favourite brands. In terms of high designer, of course, the Row does really great quality basics. Some of their styles can be a little bit too big and voluminous on me. When you're wearing something quite large and voluminous, you have to be a bit careful because it can swamp your figure. And if you're larger, then it can make you look larger as well. So some of their, they're very petite, the Olsen sisters that own the Row. And they look incredible in that sort of loose, large layers. They look amazing, but for me I prefer to buy a slightly oversized piece and wear it with something on the tighter or more fitted size. Like here I've got these larger trousers and I've put them with a tighter top. So I love to mix pieces from the Row into my wardrobe. Especially, you will have heard me talking before about the gala pants from the Row, which is a great trouser for many body shapes. And their cuts are generally quite good if they're tailoring, for example. They also do some heels that can really elevate your wardrobe and make you feel a bit more modern, a bit more contemporary. So it's not just a straight classical look. They've always got this slight cool edge, a slightly modern feel. The Row, Gabriella Hearst, amazing quality again. She's quite an ethical brand and she aims to be fairly sustainable and use local artists and artisans, which I adore. Her shop in London is beautiful. I don't remember if it was Norman Foster or who did the internal architecture of the store. They've got these incredible leather drawers that are leftovers from leather production, and it's just so sophisticated. It's a really polished and luxurious way to approach ethical fashion, and I don't think that there's enough people doing that. I'm not keen when ethical fashion goes too much on the hempy side. So Gabriella Hearst, the Row, and brands like Eric Bompard, like a classical French cashmere brand, is fantastic for those those cozy basics. I get a bit cold in the winter. And also Uniqlo, love Uniqlo. Oh, and I do love a Chanel jacket. So I would say it's not exactly a go-to, except that I always go to my Chanel jackets. A Chanel jacket just polishes and elevates any sort of an outfit. So voila. Okay, next question is, what are you currently reading? Oh yes, as you know, I think I love reading. I read literature at university, and I've never lost my passion for reading books that I enjoy. If I start a book and I'm not enjoying it, I have no qualms about stopping and putting it down. I don't feel obliged to read a book if I don't enjoy it. Life's too short, frankly, and already I find reading is quite a luxury. Actually, I've got my book here that I've been reading. I'm reading this book at the moment. Someone once asked me, actually, I was on Rachel Peru's podcast recently. It's a great podcast, check it out. It's called Out of the Bubble. And she invited me as a guest. And she asked me as well, like, what books do you read? Are you inspired by many fashion books? And I said, actually, I love to read books about neuroscience, about developments in artificial intelligence. I love the Harari book, Homo Deus, that bestseller about the future of mankind. It's just one man's theory, but it's super interesting. And it's fascinating how fast we're moving technologically, isn't it? And I'm really intrigued by the moral implications of that as well. I remember when I was starting my master's at Central St Martin's, and Louise Wilson, the incredible professor there, the director of the course, who sadly died, said to me, that she accepted me onto the course because she found me interesting. That was, an incredible compliment. But I also think that she's right, that, not that I'm interesting, but, I do nurture my inner and outer self. And I think that, that's what life's about, right? Feeding your soul as much as your outward appearance, because that's what makes you really elegant and relevant, at midlife or at any age. And it's so important to find time to do the things that you love, because sometimes when it gets to midlife, we're helping everybody else, your kids, your family, your mum, your parents, and maybe work, your charity organizations. Oh, there's so much to do. And sometimes we can forget to do things that nourish our insides. I don't read as much as I'd like to, but I do love to read. And I also do believe, as Louise was saying, that, fashion is a cultural reflection. So when fashion just starts referencing fashion, it's not that interesting. What's interesting is what fashion sort of represents at any given time. Anyway, I digress. So I've been reading this book, a book called Our Inner Ape by France de Waal. It's absolutely fascinating, and it shows you that relationship. It talks about that relationship between certain types of monkeys or apes, actually bonobos to be specific, and human beings, and actually how extraordinarily close we are. It's a very moving book about a man that spent his whole life studying the monkeys, the bonobos, the apes, and it's completely, utterly engrossing as a book, and it's very easy to read and you can just dip in and out of it. It leaves you feeling very thoughtful. So great book. I highly recommend this one. The next question is guilty pleasure. Oh, goodness me, I probably have far too many. Not a guilty pleasure. I love to have bubble baths every day, and magnesium salt baths and that kind of thing, Epsom salts. That's not so guilty though. That's just great. A guilty pleasure, probably eating too many crisps. I love crisps, or chips as they call them in France. Even just trashy ones, like Lay's chips or Walker's crisps. Or I used to love these ones called Seabrook that were kind of ripply, and they had a little transparent window in the packet so you could see the crisps. They changed it now and they don't taste the same. They've made them foil wrapped. I've got a really unhealthy love of crisps. So that was my 3 questions from you guys. Thank you so much. Et voilà. Thank you for watching. À la prochaine. Bye bye.